Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Music of the Week. I don't really have any preamble to go through. I have 5 albums to go through though, so I say we get through them as quickly as we possibly can does. We start with Butcher Babies and their new albums, Eye for an Eye Till the World's Blind. So this is technically 2, Eye for an Eye and Till the World's Blind, but I'm putting the 2 together because, you know, that's the kind of thing they were doing. It's a double album released on the same day. Eye for an Eye is more of an EP, Till the World's Blind is more of a full-length album. I'm giving it a C+. Let's go to the episode spoiler alert, so I can really only go up from here. But the reason I'm giving it a C+, in terms of instrumentation and performances, it's not bad. It's got some really good riffs. I like the charisma of the lead singers. Production-wise, it's pretty good. You know, Josh Strider does his best to try and scramble and make things work as well as he can. And structurally-wise, it's not horrible either. It is a bit long because I did listen to them back-to-back and it's over an hour, but it's not fully dragged out. It's not that bad. It falls apart in the lyrics because, you know, I'm all for, like, really good feminism and empowerment representation in female-led modern-day rock metal stuff, right? But the lyrics for this are so fucking dumb, and they're occasionally really dumb, but they were enough to really offset the tone for me. Like, it just makes the tone feel weird, you know, and I feel like it would have worked if they sounded like the rest of the album was having as much fun as the lyrics were trying to have. You know, and they're easy to read, they're easy to find, but you'll see what I mean, especially with a song like Best Friend. What in the entire fuck was that supposed to be? Like, I get it, but why am I reading about twerking in a song by a groove metal band? It's not bland in any way, it's just it's got one thing that lowers it quite a lot compared to everything else, which is mostly, you know, pretty good to decent, you know? So, yeah, I still recommend maybe giving this one a go, but, like, just don't read any of it. Just listen to it without having heard the lyrics because, good lord, the discrepancy. Next we go to Fen and their new album Monuments to Absence. Now these are a band from East Anglia, which means they're proper English, or at least I think that's what East Anglia is. They're from England, the Fens of East Anglia to be specific, hence the band's name. And this is a post-black metal, I forgot to mention Butcher Babies are more like groove metal, metalcore-y sort of hard rock stuff. Fen are, sorry, I almost said Fen Monuments again. Fen are a post-black metal, black gay style group, and I'm giving this one an A. I really enjoyed this one, although I am going to have to listen back to it a couple of times because it's a long-ass album. Like, it's well over an hour and 10 minutes. I think it's about that long. Now, I couldn't really find anything in terms of the lyrics, but the instrumentation is really good. There's actually some incredible bass work, and you rarely hear amazing bass grooves in such a heavy style like post-black metal, post-black metal-y stuff, right? But I really like the attention to detail in it. The production's really good, mostly left like raw, but without sounding as scratchy as most like true cult bollocks can be. That's one thing I've always had about the production style is it's hard to hear what's going on. But no, with this one, it's left raw on purpose. It feels more organic and there's more detail, which I quite like. The performances are really good, especially from the lead singer and guitarist, whose name I don't remember, but that's okay. Through the magic of editing, you'll see his name pop up at some point within these next or past few seconds. And structurally wise, again, long one. Most of the songs, I think like there's 8 songs, but it stretches out to over an hour. However, it doesn't really take the piss, and it keeps things going and flowing quite well from song to song by attempting to tell a concept. So I couldn't find, as I mentioned earlier, I couldn't find anything to read with the lyrics, but the main lyrical themes are like despair and anger and hopelessness at the world as it is. And to be fair, over the past few years, yeah, it's been quite shit, especially considering that the band's last album, I think, came out in 2019. I could be wrong about that. I will correct it as per editing. But yeah, really good stuff, this. If you like your more thoughtful post-black metal-y stuff and something that will keep you guessing without being too predictable with that sort of thing, I can recommend give this one a go. Next up, we have Rare Americans with their new album, Searching for Strawberries, The Story of Jongo Bongo. Now, I'm fully aware that technically the first 2 bits of this album came out back in June, but I sort of had to wait until last weekend because that's when the third and final part would come out and then the full album would be released. And people know I like Rare Americans. I think they're a really well-growing band for a band that haven't been around super long, although their output is absolutely insane. I'm giving this one an A as well. I really liked a lot of this. It's one of their less, like, rocky albums, I would say. It's not as heavy in terms of its guitar work. It's still got some really solid riffs, but it mostly focuses on, like, really smooth bass and drum work and really nice keyboards and stuff, too. And some experimentation that's done quite nicely. The lyrics are... Okay, I wanted there to be sort of a concept, much like I wanted there to be a concept for the Butcher Babies albums. But with this one, I mean, there's even a full animated musical film that goes with it. Well, everyone, sorry for the random cut there. I had to stop halfway through recording that video. to eat food. So this is still the same day, but I had to change my shirt because I got food in the other one I was wearing. So yeah, and also if you ever heard noise in the background, there's my cat eating food. Anyway, yeah, what was I talking about? The animated musical movie that Rare Americans did for Jongo Bongo. So I think that like maybe the connective tissue is there for the movie, not so much in terms of the album. Excuse me, that's gross. However, I did like the topic they touched on, like, you know, depression, love, sex, food, the music industry, basically the all of the themes of my autobiography. Yeah, that was really well touched upon. I like some of the rhyme schemes. There is some weird stuff. For example, there's just a song literally called "Fuck You Elmo" because they apparently hate Tickle Me Elmo. And how could you hate Elmo? He's lovable and cute. I don't know. But yeah, performances are really good. Quite like the lead singer's work. I think his name is James Priestner something. I think I'm getting that right. In case I'm not, again, editing will do my job for me. Well, I'll do my job for me because I'm the one editing this, as always. But yeah, no, he does a good job. Everyone else in the band does a good job. I like the production as well. I think it was handled by the band, if I'm not mistaken, because I think they do their own stuff. And yeah, no, really nice and very organic feeling production. I like how fresh it feels on a lot of its areas. And structurally wise as well, it's pretty good. Not an overly long album, but squeezes in quite a lot with what it has to tell and experiments a lot with the style and with the pacing. And a lot of it does work. Again, there are a couple of songs where it doesn't fully work, but, you know, there are a lot of songs where it really, really does. So, yeah, if you've heard anything about Rare Americans, go check this one out. This might be, from the albums I've listened to, this might be their best one yet, so it's worth a shot, I think. Next we get to another one I was quite looking forward to, The Raven Age, with their new album, Blood Omen. So I love The Raven Age. I loved their last album in 2019, which was Conspiracy, and I don't count Exile in 2021 because that was just acoustic covers of songs from Conspiracy. That's not an album. It never is. Never counts to me. Never does. But yeah, I'm giving this one an A+. Pretty much all across the board. I can't think of anything wrong with it. I've probably spun this one the most from the past weekend. I really liked the instrumentation. It's some of their best, I would say. The guitar riffs are absolutely fantastic. There's more guitar solos, which are incredible. I am so sorry for my sweatiness. Yeah, no, amazing guitar work from everyone involved. I like the lyricism as well, touching on themes of hopelessness and loss, but handling it in a very optimistic and very grounded way, which bands in this genre don't really do all that well. Oh fuck, I forgot to mention, Rare American genre is like an alternative hip-hoppy, indie rocky sort of thing. The Raven Age do a groove metal, heavy metal, metalcore thing, mostly heavy metal, metalcore, but you know, there's still good groove in it. Again, as I said, I like the instrumentation, I like the guitar work, I like the drumming, I like the lyricism, I love the performances. Matt James, the lead singer, uber charismatic guy, hell of a voice on him. But I'm giving my standout performance on this album to lead guitarist Tommy Gentry, who gets so much time to shine and he doesn't waste any of it. He makes a fucking case for himself. This is his first album with the band as well, as he only joined them last year. He does a fantastic job. I love the production as well. Again, super organic, very, very smooth feeling. Makes pretty much everything... Oh god, my hair, I just noticed that. Makes pretty much everything about it pop. Everything just shines really, really well. And it doesn't feel overly processed. It feels very, very like purposely laid and textured. And it feels wonderful and lovely. And structurally wise as well, it's only got 9 songs. And it's about 20 minutes shorter than Conspiracy was. But it still packs in quite a lot into them. And it keeps building and building. And eventually, like, when it reaches the final song, Tears of Stone, which is probably one of my favourite songs of the year, if I'm being honest. Yeah, no, everything capitalizes really well. They use so much time with the structuring. They use the timing that they use the time that they have very, very effectively. They execute pretty much everything flawlessly. I can't think of much wrong with this. This is possibly a top 10 contender. I really, really love this one, and yeah. Obviously, with the A+ grade, it's the highest one I can possibly give. So yeah, go give this one a go. And finally, we have The Used with their new album Toxic Positivity. So this is one I didn't initially cover because I didn't know it was coming out in July. Because actually, no, it didn't come out in July. I thought it was, but it came out back in May. There was a bit of confusion about when the album was supposed to be released. But I think they pushed it forward, and I didn't know that they did. Fact is, though, The Used are a all-time great, like, classic emo band. I'm giving this one a B. I quite liked a lot of it. Short album, about half an hour long. I think the shortest album in this video. Yeah, no, really good stuff on it. I like some of the riff work. I think the drumming's quite good. There is some weird stuff with the production which doesn't work. There are some weird techniques with, like, some of the synth usage, which is a bit strange, and there's just some weird technical directions that don't really fit naturally into the sound. They feel very like crowbarred in, which is a shame because like pretty much everything else about the album is really good. I just mentioned the instrumentation. I like the lyricism as well, covering the typical themes of like self-harm and death and pain, and I guess like at the end of the day, toxic positivity, like the album's title. Performance is really good, but McCracken has still got an amazing voice on him. Dan Whiteside's still a great drummer. Pretty much everyone is really, really good on this album. I've already gone through the production. Structurally wise, not really a whole lot. It can be feel a little bit repetitive at times, but it does throw in a few neat tricks there and there. And I feel like if the production didn't feel so weird, that would have elevated the album a bit for me. But still, it's really solid emo post-hardcore stuff. So I still recommend you give it a spin when you can find the time, which you should be able to. It's only half an hour long. Well, half an hour 37 seconds. So yeah, there you go. And that'll about do it for this one. I may as well do the whole ranking thing. So at the bottom is Butcher Babies with Eye for an Eye Till the World's Blind, so that's technically two albums in one, but it's really just one album if you really think about it. The Used with Toxic Positivity, there's my cat. Fen with Monuments to Absence, Rare Americans with Searching for Strawberries, The Story of John Bongo, and The Raven Age with Blood Omen. But as always, give all of these at least one spin, formulate your own opinions, because that's what makes those kinds of conversations interesting. You might have liked Butcher Babies' new one more than I did, you might not have liked The Raven Age's new one more than I did, as much as I did, excuse me. So, yeah, give all of these a go. Next thing I'll see you for will be tomorrow. Go home show for PBW vs AVW, and gonna be probably, maybe, if I can find the time, doing something new for my channel. So, yeah, look out for that. I won't say what it is, only one person knows. So, I'll see you all tomorrow, at least for the Go Home show. And as always, thank you for watching, you're awesome. Bye bye.